Hello again and welcome back to the PhatPhish Guitar Studio. I'm Dave and today we're going to be taking a look at a bit of a riff idea. These tutorial videos I tend to show you the music theory or guitar technique or whatever, rather than showing you things that you can just go away and repeat and just play verbatim. The idea of this isn't so much to give you a riff for you to play, it's just to show you some of the ideas behind it and possibly something you can incorporate into your own playing and your own riff writing. The riff in question is one that was actually written by a guy I've known for years, used to be in band with him, and he played bass and came up with loads of riffs on the bass, and this is one that I kind of remembered, and over the years I've kind of noodled around with it when I'm playing. I was talking to him the other day, and I think from talking to him that the way that I've remembered it and the way that I play it now, it's kind of morphed into something a little bit different how he wrote it. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun just to revisit it. And I might do a few of these videos just analysing riff ideas and so on. Show you the riff as it is, and like I say, maybe give you some ideas for things you can incorporate into your own playing. In terms of gear, guitar of the day-to-day is this incredibly heavily modified 1985 Squier Strat made in Japan. It's got a Damasio IBZ pickup in the bridge and a Damasio Satch track in the neck, Floyd Rose trem, and sounds like this. Sounds are coming out of a Blackstar HT5R amp, and I've got a Blackstar LT boost in the front just to add a little bit of thickness to the sound, and there's a TC Electronic flashback digital delay in the loop, just adding a bit of echo. And also, yes, the guitar is in drop D tuning, so standard tuning on the top strings, E, B, G, D, A, but I've got a D on the bottom string, so it gives us a bit extra grunt on the on low chords. Okay, let's get started with the riff. I'll play it through and then I'll sort of analyse it a little bit for you. Okay, so what we've got is a little idea in the key of a natural minor. So we're starting on an A at the 7th fret on the 4th string, going up to a C at the 5th fret on the 3rd string, up to a D at the 7th fret on the 3rd string, back down to the C, then down to the B, and then back down onto the 4th string at the 5th fret, the D. So if we look at that in terms of tones out of the scale, basically we've got 1, flat 3, 4, flat 3, 2, flat 7. So we're kind of just moving through the scale. If you look at the relationship between those notes, you know which scale or tone we're moving up and down. We then repeat the pattern starting on a G, from G. Obviously this is moving from basically one chord down to the flat 7 chord, which in the key of A natural minor is G major. So we're starting on a G, then going to a 3rd degree, which is B, a 4th degree, which is C, back down to the 3rd, then down to the 2nd degree, which is A, and finishing on the flat 7th degree, which is F. So we've got starting from A on the 1 chord, then the same pattern from the G, which is the flat 7 chord. Now the interval between the notes is different, but if you look at them in terms of scalar tones, so we're comparing notes from an A Aeolian mode to notes from the G Mixolydian mode, you can see that the scalar tones and those relative to each other are the same. Now we're on an F, so we're going to be playing on what is the flat 6th chord of A natural minor, which is F major. It's the Lydian mode, and we're playing the same pattern of notes again: a 1, a 3, a 4, and what we would normally expect to be playing if we're following this pattern through is we'll be playing a G, which is the 2nd degree of F Lydian, and then landing on the E, which is the 7th degree. So you'd expect us to be playing, if we're following this through, you'd be getting it on the A, then on the G, then on the F. But what we actually play, the way that the riff was written, is we play the pattern through. So rather than going to the G, which is the 2nd degree of the F Lydian mode, we actually play G sharp and then go down to an E. That's quite interesting. What that's giving us is, right, if we think about the G sharp in the key of F Lydian, that's like a sharp 2nd. And if you think about this in terms of E, in the key of A natural minor, you'd be expecting to play an E Phrygian mode. But if you use that G sharp rather than the G, in the E Phrygian mode, you've got 1, flat 2, flat 3. That flat 3rd degree is a G. If we actually play a G sharp, what you're playing is a natural 3rd. And that major 3rd interval between the E and the G sharp, that implies rather than playing an E minor 7 chord on this degree, we're actually playing an E dominant 7th, which is a useful sound because that E dominant 7th chord sounds generally quite unresolved. It wants to go somewhere. There's actually an interval of a flat 5th in there, which is not a natural sounding interval. It wants to move on somewhere. So by having that major 3rd in there gives us the dominant chord sound rather than a minor chord sound, which we get from an E and a G. And that sort of implies that the riff wants to go somewhere else, and the natural place for it to go is up an interval of a perfect 4th back to the A. So if let's play this through, and we'll use just purely diatonic notes from A natural minor. And then we'll play it through with that a non-diatonic note, that G sharp. So you can hear that. That gives you that major sort of sound, and it just gives the riff a bit more tension. A little bit of a kind of the Phrygian major harmonic minor type sound, that slightly gothic sort of sound. And we finish the riff on a little bit of a. So if we're playing, if this is an E Phrygian major type of thing, we're playing it a 1, flat 7, 1, flat 2. Takes it in, and we'll go back to the start. So the other thing about playing this riff is it's quite legato, so that it's lots of hammer-ons and pull-offs. You know, I'm playing it here. To show you the notes, but in practice, this is basically hammered on, pulled off. So pick, pick. And I like the legato type of sound. It just flows, sounds more natural. So that's the basic riff as it stands. If I remember rightly, when in the song it kind of got used as a riff, and also got used as a bit of a motif through some other sections. So we had like, or possibly incorporate it with some chords. So little ideas like that. Don't forget this guitar is in drop D, so when you see me play that, it's actually what would be power chord A like that on your guitar. Like I said at the start of the video, I'm not intending to show you something here that you can go away and learn to play verbatim. Just take the ideas, look at the way that we're moving between notes, the sort of patterns involved, the use of the G sharp rather than the G natural on the 5 chord to give you the Phrygian major type tonality. I think that's quite a strong feature of this riff. I've done a separate video about Phrygian major and so on, and I'll put a link to that in the information section down there if you want to check that out. Okay, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please do click like, subscribe, comment, all the various options that YouTube gives you down there. And if you've got a question or suggestion for a future video that you'd like me to address, then if you go here, there's a form where you can send your question in and I'll try and address it as soon as I can. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in another video next time. Bye for now.